The Quest for Inner Peace, a journey through the labyrinth of the soul. Introduction. Have you ever felt a gnawing emptiness within, a sense of incompleteness that no external fulfillment can quench? This feeling, this yearning for something more, is a whisper of your soul, a call to awaken to a deeper truth. You are not just a physical body, a collection of experiences, or a product of your circumstances. You are a spark of the divine, a vessel of infinite potential, yearning for its true home. Powerful forces have long sought to suppress this knowledge, to keep you tethered to the illusion of a fragmented self. They benefit from your ignorance, your fear, your inability to harness the power that lies dormant within you. But this knowledge, this ancient wisdom, is now being rekindled. It's time to break free from the chains of illusion and step into your rightful inheritance: abundance, joy, power, and expanded consciousness. Chapter 1: The Island of Solitude. A new beginning in the embrace of silence. Eolaus, weary from a relentless journey across the turbulent seas of life, seeks solace on a tranquil island. He yearns for the stillness that transcends the relentless storms of passion and desire, the peace that dwells beyond the fleeting allure of earthly pleasures. This island, a symbol of inner sanctuary, represents a turning point in Eolaus's quest for enlightenment. He recognizes that the noise and chaos of the world drown out the whispers of wisdom, the soft melodies of his soul. In solitude, he finds a fertile ground for self-reflection, a space to purify his heart and train his mind in the art of self-mastery. The call of the senses versus the whispers of the soul nature, in its multifaceted beauty, embodies the contrasting forces that pull at Eolaus's heart. The seductive whispers of the senses, the alluring promise of worldly pleasures, tempt him to surrender to the familiar comforts of the ego. But amidst the chorus of enticing voices, a deeper truth emerges. The voices of nature, echoing the desires of the ego, urge him to succumb to the fleeting pleasures of the material world. They promise a life of indulgence, of seeking fulfillment through external gratifications. But these whispers, seductive as they may be, ultimately lead to a hollow existence, a perpetual cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. The voice of earth, a symphony of pain. The earth, a witness to countless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, speaks of the universal suffering that pervades the physical realm. It paints a vivid picture of a world steeped in pain, where creatures are entangled in a web of endless longing and sorrow. The earth's lament resonates with the deepest anxieties of the human heart, echoing our own fears of vulnerability, loss, and the impermanence of life. This symphony of pain, however, is not a call to despair, but rather a reminder of the interconnectedness of all living beings, the shared human experience of suffering, and the urgent need for compassion. The echoes of truth, the path to liberation. Amidst the clamor of competing voices, the voices of truth pierce the veil of illusion, offering a glimmer of hope. They urge Eolaus to awaken from the slumber of ignorance and embrace the path of self-conquest. They speak of the transformative power of knowledge, of the serenity that comes with conquering passion, and living in harmony with the universal laws. They remind him that true liberation lies not in escaping the world, but in transforming his own consciousness, in finding peace within the storm. Reflective questions. What are the voices that call to you, that tempt you to stray from the path of inner peace? How do you reconcile the suffering you see in the world with the possibility of a life of joy and purpose? Where do you find solace and strength amidst the storms of life? Chapter 2: The Prophet of the Silent Way. Meeting the Master, a seeker finds his guide. Eolaus, drawn by an inner compass, seeks guidance from the wise prophet, a beacon of enlightenment who resides at the heart of the island. The prophet, a symbol of spiritual wisdom, represents the inner guide that resides within each of us, waiting to be awakened. The prophet, a seasoned traveler on the path of self-discovery, embodies the wisdom of experience, the calm composure of a mind that has transcended the turmoil of passion and desire. He offers Eolaus a path towards inner peace, a way to navigate the labyrinth of the soul and emerge into the light of truth. The importance of self-awareness, the first step towards liberation. The prophet emphasizes the importance of self-awareness, of recognizing our own darkness and ignorance as the first step towards enlightenment. He acknowledges that we cannot see what we refuse to acknowledge, that true vision requires facing the shadows within. This realization is a pivotal moment in Eolaus's journey. It is a turning point from denial to acceptance, from clinging to illusion to embracing the reality of our imperfect nature. It is the beginning of a path of self-discovery, of becoming truly conscious of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. The path of self-mastery, conquering the inner landscape. The prophet outlines the path of self-mastery, a path of constant striving, of cultivating self-control and embracing discipline. This journey, he explains, is not about suppressing our emotions, but about learning to harness their power, transforming passion into peace, and using our desires as fuel for spiritual growth. The mountain of truth, a journey of ascent. The prophet uses the metaphor of a mountain to illustrate the challenging but ultimately rewarding journey towards enlightenment. The ascent, he emphasizes, is a constant process of growth, of overcoming obstacles, and of embracing the unknown. The journey itself is a transformative experience, shaping our character and forging our resilience. Reflective questions. What are the illusions that you hold dear? What are the shadows that you are afraid to face? How can you cultivate greater self-awareness and self-control in your daily life? What are the obstacles you are currently facing on your path towards self-discovery? Chapter 3. The Art of Letting Go. The Illusion of Possession. The Fleeting Nature of Earthly Joys. Eolaus, plagued by doubt, questions the value of renouncing the familiar comforts of the material world for the uncertainty of the spiritual path. He grapples with the fear of loss, of sacrificing the pleasures of the senses for the elusive promise of inner peace. The prophet, a seasoned traveler on the path of wisdom, addresses these fears, emphasizing the transient nature of earthly joys. He reminds Eolaus that everything in the material world is subject to change, that no possession can truly satisfy the deep yearnings of the soul. The deeper reality, the changeless truth. The prophet unveils the deeper truth, the existence of an enduring reality that transcends the shifting sands of the material world. He speaks of truth, a realm of unwavering peace and fulfillment that lies hidden within each of us, waiting to be revealed. The power of surrender, unlocking the inner sanctuary. The prophet encourages Eolaus to surrender to the higher power, to let go of his attachment to the ego's desires and embrace the path of selfless service. He emphasizes that true peace is found not in clinging to possessions, but in letting go, in surrendering to a force greater than ourselves. The paradox of rest, finding peace within the storm. The prophet reveals the paradox of rest, the realization that true peace is not the absence of struggle, but rather the acceptance of our inherent interconnectedness with the universal flow. He encourages Eolaus to find stillness within the storm, to embrace the challenge of life's journey as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Reflective questions. What are the things that you cling to, the possessions that you fear losing? How can you cultivate a sense of surrender and acceptance in your daily life? Where do you find peace amidst the chaos and uncertainty of life? Chapter 4. The Alchemy of Transformation, the Transformation of Passion, from Desire to Serenity. The prophet unveils the alchemical process of transformation, the journey from passion to peace, from the tyranny of the ego to the liberation of the soul. He explains that passion, in its raw and untamed state, is a powerful force that can lead to suffering. However, when harnessed and directed towards a higher purpose, passion becomes a source of inspiration and creativity. The path of self-control, subjugating the lower self. The prophet emphasizes the importance of self-control, of learning to discipline our thoughts and desires, and to steer our actions towards a path of goodness. He reminds us that the key to liberation lies not in suppressing our emotions, but in mastering them, in transforming them from sources of pain to forces of positive change. The power of humility, a bridge to transcendence. The prophet highlights the importance of humility, emphasizing that the path to wisdom often begins in recognizing our limitations and embracing the need for guidance. He reminds us that true knowledge is often found not in the grand pronouncements of intellectualism, but in the humble act of seeking guidance from those who have traveled the path before us. The temple of perfection, a life lived in harmony with truth. The prophet paints a vision of the temple of perfection, an embodiment of a life lived in harmony with truth, a life marked by integrity, compassion, and selfless service. This vision serves as a beacon of hope, a reminder that we all have the potential to reach this state of spiritual enlightenment, to become vessels of light and love in a world often steeped in darkness. Reflective questions. How can you cultivate greater self-control in your daily life? How can you use your passions as a source of inspiration for your spiritual growth? How can you cultivate a sense of humility in your interactions with others? Chapter 5. The Way of Meditation, the Path of Inner Stillness. Unlocking the Power of Meditation. The prophet introduces the concept of meditation, a practice of cultivating inner stillness, of quieting the mind's incessant chatter and tapping into the deeper wisdom that resides within. Meditation is not just a spiritual practice, but a powerful tool for enhancing focus, reducing stress, and gaining clarity. The permanent amidst change, discovering the eternal within. The prophet emphasizes that meditation allows us to see beyond the fleeting nature of the material world and to connect with the timeless and unchanging truth that lies at the heart of all things. Through meditation, we can experience the peace and serenity that transcends the turbulent tides of life, the cosmos in chaos, finding order in the midst of disarray. The prophet suggests that the world, often perceived as chaotic and unpredictable, reveals its true nature of order and harmony through meditation. By quieting the mind, we can discern the underlying principles that govern the universe, and we can align our lives with the flow of universal wisdom, the compassionate heart, a bridge to universal love. The prophet emphasizes the importance of cultivating compassion, of recognizing the suffering of others, and extending our love to all beings. He reminds us that true peace and happiness cannot be found in isolation, but in extending our empathy and understanding to those around us. Reflective questions. How can you incorporate meditation into your daily life? What are the benefits you have experienced through meditation? How can you cultivate greater compassion in your heart? Conclusion. This journey, this exploration of the inner landscape, is a lifelong pursuit, a path that unfolds with each step we take towards self-discovery. We are not alone in this quest, for the universe conspires to guide us, to awaken us to the truth that lies within. The prophet's words are a beacon of hope, a reminder that we all have the potential to find peace, joy, and fulfillment in this life. The path may be challenging, but the rewards are immeasurable. The journey towards awakening begins with a commitment to self-discovery, to recognizing the divine spark within, and to embracing the path of love and compassion. It is a journey that requires courage, persistence, and a willingness to let go of the illusions that bind us. We are committed to supporting you on this journey, providing resources, insights, and tools to unlock your true potential and embrace the transformative power that lies within. If you find this content valuable, consider supporting this channel by clicking the link in the description or texting I love yoga to 53555. Your contribution will allow us to create more transformative content and share this message of hope and liberation with a wider audience. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more valuable content. The Quest for Inner Peace, A journey through the labyrinth of the soul.